Bitter criticism. This is Thursday afternoon. We are going to read. I'm going to try to read. I'm not, as I don't have time, I'm not going to read Alexander Dugin article about Africa, but I'm going to be happy now. I don't care what Cgtn is saying, I'm going to read it all. Top 5 from the highlights. Politics, April 1st. Chinese-Indian presidents exchange congratulations on 75th anniversary of ties. Updated 8 hours ago, I guess. 2 minutes is a medium-sized news. Cgtn, Chinese President Xi Jinping and Indian President Draupadi Murmu on Tuesday exchanged congratulatory messages on the 75th anniversary of diplomatic relations between the two countries. Looks like it's better to have this centralized government like China, like Chinese one, because I don't know this guy from India. Who is this guy? Indian's president. I never heard about him. Draupadi Murmu. I just heard about Modi. I barely remember Modi's name. China and India, she said, both ancient civilizations, major developing countries, and important members of the global south, are both at a critical stage of their respective modernization efforts. The development of China-India relations demonstrates that it is the right choice for China and India to be partners of mutual achievement and realize the quote-unquote dragon-elephant tango, which fully serves the fundamental interests of both countries and their peoples, she said. He called on both sides to view and handle bilateral relations from a strategic and long-term perspective. Seek a way that features peaceful coexistence, mutual trust, mutual benefit, and common development. For neighboring major countries to get along with each other and jointly promote a multipolar world and greater democracy in international relations. She also said he stands ready to work with Murmu to take the anniversary of ties as an opportunity to enhance strategic mutual trust, strengthen exchanges and cooperation in various fields, deepen communication and coordination in major international affairs, jointly safeguard peace and tranquility in China-India border area, push forward a sound and steady development of bilateral relations, and contribute to world peace and prosperity. This is not Star Wars, but it's something like that. Peace and prosperity or something. Oh, there was a demonstration here. You will see details. This is Playa Ancha, UPLA, and there's plenty of demonstrations all day long, all year long. And this time, I don't know why, there's some pamphlets. I don't know why this time. There's some anarchist signs. Anyway, for her part, it is a woman. Murmu is a woman. For her part, Murmu said India and China are two major neighboring countries that are home to 1/3 of the world's population, noting that a stable, predictable, and friendly bilateral relationship will benefit both countries and the world. She proposed to take the 75th anniversary of diplomatic ties as an opportunity to jointly promote the sound and steady development of India-China relations, sources Xinhua News Agency. That was just the first news. developing great ties with Russia too. This is a bigger news. 3 minutes. Europe, April 1st. Wang Yi hails China-Russia ties as key to global stability, eyes deeper cooperation. Cgtn. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi lauded China-Russia ties as a new model of major country relations and expressed hope that high-level bilateral practical cooperation will contribute to the security and stability of global economy. Wang, also a member of the Political Bureau of the Communist Party of China Central Committee, made the remarks in an exclusive interview with Russia Today News Network in Moscow on Tuesday. The Chinese foreign minister is on a 3-day official visit to Russia from Monday to Wednesday. Oh, today's Tuesday, not Thursday. Just my bad. Each other's largest neighbor. In answering a question on China-Russia ties, Wang said China and Russia are each other's largest neighbor, noting that both are major countries in the world and permanent members of the UN Security Council. Wang said the countries bear special responsibilities for world peace and development. Hailing the development of bilateral ties is conducive to promoting the world multipolarity and greater democracy in international relations, Wang said, adding that the bilateral ties nowadays have 3 characteristics, respectively: to be friends forever and never be enemies, equal treatment and win-win cooperation, and a path of non-alliance, non-confrontation, and not targeting any third party. That sounds like girls. That sounds like girlfriends, girls who are friends, But this is very important, isn't it? So it's very important to teach your little girls to be friends and never. I'll read again because it's beautiful and cute. This is cute. To be friends forever and never be enemies. Equal treatment and win-win cooperation. Never friends forever and never be enemies. That's beautiful. According to Wang, over the past 70 years, China-Russia relations have built up solid mutual trust, while the bilateral cooperation has brought tangible benefits to both nations and the world at large. Lauding the non-alliance, non-confrontation, and not targeting any third party new model of major country relations in the modern era. The Chinese foreign minister said the model is also an important force for stability in a turbulent and changing world. Further integration. I said this is a medium-sized news. Wang also shared his view on development between China-Russia practical cooperation from past to future in the interview. Thanks to the joint efforts, the scale of bilateral cooperation over the past few decades has grown from small to large. The foundation of cooperation has grown from weak to strong, and the areas of cooperation have expanded from narrow to broad, achieving fruitful results, Wang said. He added that the trade volume between both countries has reached $244.8 billion, with Russian agricultural products served on their dinner tables of millions of Chinese families and Chinese cars driving on the streets of Russia. Russian agricultural products. China-Russia practical cooperation has deepened and gotten better, injecting vigorous vitality into the development of bilateral relations, Wang said. Noting the shared border of 4,300 kilometers, Wang said both countries have complementary advantages, huge potential and vast space for cooperation. In the face of a turbulent and changing world, Wang said bilateral cooperation will continue to move forward along the established track and achieve the goals of creating growth areas for cooperation, deepening industrial integration and further promoting the synergy between China proposed Belt and Road Initiative and the Russian-led Eurasian Economic Union to ensure the security, stability and smooth flow of the global industrial and supply chains through high-level China-Russia cooperation. As this year marks the 80th anniversary of the victories in the Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression, the Soviet Union's Great Patriotic War, and the World Anti-Fascist War, Wang emphasized that China and Russia were the primary battlefields in Asia and Europe. He highlighted that the Chinese and Russian people serve as the backbone forces in the fight against fascism and militarism. Wang stressed that in the face of profound changes unseen in a century, both China and Russia must firmly side with international justice, work with peace-loving people and all countries in the world to safeguard the history written with blood and life, and oppose any attempt or action to deny, distort, or falsify the history of World War II. Very interesting. I'm going to stress this part of love. Work with peace-loving people. This news was very, very cute. I'm going to read news about the World War III, maybe. I guess if there is World War III, China will win this war and Russia also. Politics. April 1st. PLA exercises around Taiwan resolute punishment against Taiwan secessionists, spokesperson. And there's a Zhu Fenglian, spokesperson for the Taiwan Affairs Office of the State Council. A beautiful, loving Chinese woman. Oh no, no more love for this time. It's just conflict with Taiwan. Spokesperson for the Taiwan Affairs Office of the State Council, Taiwan Affairs Office of the State Council. Military exercises by the Chinese People's Liberation Army, PLA, Eastern Theater Command around Taiwan Island, serve as a resolute punishment for Lai Ching-te authorities' blatant Taiwan secession provocations and are a necessary action to defend national sovereignty and territorial integrity, said a Chinese mainland spokesperson on Thursday. Xu Fenglian, spokesperson for the Taiwan Affairs Office of the State Council, stated that Lai Ching-te persists in advocating for Taiwan secession, defines the Chinese mainland as a quote hostile foreign force and openly incites anti-China sentiment on the island, which has obstructed cross-strait exchanges and cooperation and escalated tensions in the Taiwan Straits. Xu added that Lai's behavior fully proves that he is a quote destroyer of cross-strait peace, quote unquote, and quote a creator of Taiwan Straits crisis. She emphasized that the Chinese mainland will not tolerate such behavior and will resolutely counter and severely punish such actions. She warned that Taiwan secession means war, quote, Taiwan's determination to resolve the Taiwan question and achieve national reunification is as firm as a rock. Is as firm as a rock, and no one or any force will be allowed to separate Taiwan from China, she stated. Maybe an iron rock, that will be better. This is firm as an iron rock. Iron Mike, like it's formed like Iron Mike Tyson on his prime. What about that? Meanwhile, she emphasized that China's countermeasures target Taiwan secessionists as their activities, not the vast majority of Taiwan compatriots. She hopes that the people of Taiwan will stand on the right side of history, resolutely oppose Taiwan's secession forces and external interference, and work together with the Chinese mainland for national reunification and the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. Yeah. On Thursday morning, the PLA Eastern Theater Command began joint exercises around Taiwan Island, organizing its Army, Navy, air, and rocket forces to close in on Taiwan Island from multiple directions, according to Senior Colonel Shi Yi, spokesperson for the theater command. And what else? Live updates. Over 2,700 killed in M7 earthquake in Myanmar. There's more. 7.9. This is huge. And there's a news about NASA. Space, quote, we all own this. NASA astronauts talk about failed Starliner mission. Astronauts Sully Williams on the left and Butch Wilmore talked to reporters during a press conference at Johnson's Space Center in Houston, USA. This is a huge news. I'm not going to be able to read it all, but here we go. NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams, who spent an unplanned nine months aboard of the International Space Station due to Boeing's Starliner spacecraft malfunctions, publicly addressed the mission's shortcomings for the first time in Monday's press conference. Wilmore said that the responsibility for the failed test flight extend across all levels, from himself and Williams to Boeing and NASA. You know, China should help them. These 9 months, China, if there will be any Chinese spacecraft around there, they should give, I don't know, a free ride for Earth. I don't know how to say a free ride, but that's it. That is for now.